Alright, Aquarius, welcome to your 17th to 23 July general reading with me, Adrian Nelson, your psychic tarot reader. Just before I start, something really interesting happened today. I was washing my hands and obviously taking a shower and all those type of things, and I kept on putting more and more and more and more and more moisturizer on my hands. So I don't know if that's something that's happening for some of you, maybe on different parts of your body, but for some reason I just kept on putting on more and more and more and more moisturizer on my hands. So I don't know, maybe if that's happening for some of you, maybe there's a message here for you. But in your reading, we're going to take a look at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future. We're going to clarify, and at the end of the reading, we're going to take a look at some of the things that you want to be aware of, some blind spots, some things that might be catching up with you, things that you want to look out for, to ensure your greatest good. I have also recorded for you a guided hypnosis session for releasing negative energy, for meeting your guides, your guardians, and your angels, for unlocking your highest good. You don't have to go look for it. I am going to put it up as a suggested video at the end of your video. So you watch till the end and you're just going to get that coming up. All right, let's take a look at your recent past. What has brought you towards where you currently are? So, we got the Page of Materials, which is the Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Emotions, which is the Ace of Cups, and the Five of Voices, which is the Five of Swords. Just want to let you know, you may hear some background sounds, people talking. You can just ignore that. That's my family. All right. So, Page of Materials. So I can see that some of you, you've probably done a lot of work on yourself, a lot of work on your career, growth. I feel that for many of you Aquarius, it's like you sort of went in a different direction, so maybe studied new things, graduated, completed a course, whether this is something that you created or something that you are studying. There's a definite new direction here, a new life direction that you are heading in. And I really feel like that life direction is serving you really, really, or has the potential to serve you really, really well. Because in many ways here with the Ace of Emotions, it's setting you free. So I don't know if some of you were sort of feeling like maybe, feeling a little bit trapped in your life, or feeling like you can't do what you want to do, or whatever the case may be. But there's a sense of freedom that's coming about with this. It's like maybe for a lot of you, you've been praying, you've been asking, source, the universe, that you'd really like to sort of feel emotionally free. But I feel that what happened here, and that's so beautiful, is that a lot of you invested in yourself and invested in your own growth. And it's that sort of investment where you don't discard other people, but it's a sort of a thing of I'm trying to find the best way to say it. Because all I get is the energy pickup, so I have to, that's how channeling works. I have to put it into words. So it's like it's not so much discarding other people. It's really focusing on you being the best version of yourself, and understanding that the better you're doing, the better you're able to serve. So in a way, it is actually giving, and sometimes we just have to do that. You have to say, this is what I want to do. This is where I'd like to go. Yes, I'd like to serve the world and the universe and everything, but what do I want? All right. And then there were the Five of Voices. I feel that for many of you, there was a realization, and this could be with somebody quite close to you. It could be in a relationship. It could be with a very close friendship, with a special bond that you have with someone, like a parent, a child, a friend, a partner, whatever. Where we begin to realize sometimes that, while it's very, very good for two people who love each other to sort of, you form that bond and you form that unity, which is beautiful. I mean, it's really, really great. I feel that what happened for some of you is that you almost started to lose some of you in that connection, and that's the time when we realize I have to sort of distinguish the line between who am I, who are you, and who is us. If that makes sense, let me know in the comments if that makes sense. It's a bit of a difficult one to explain, but it's that sense of freedom, and then you realize, oh, maybe I'm not as free as I thought I am. It's realizing that the more you love yourself and the better you love yourself, the better you do. In your current space, you have got the Muse of Inspiration, which is the King of Wands, which is beautiful because that speaks about, if you take a look at these cards together, I'm going to show it to you like this. If you take a look at these two cards together, this being the recent past, this being the current, it's that space where you're realizing there's some room for growth here. There's some things need to be shifted and changed. And I mean, it doesn't have to be big things, It could be things in the lines of maybe you work Monday to Friday, on a Saturday I'd like to sleep. And communicating to people that I'd rather not have you text me or call me or whatever, or just switching your phone off and saying, you know what? And this is something I learned years ago, and I speak from personal experience because last week, Sunday, so the Sunday past, I woke up and I got a text message that my aunt, who was like probably one of my, second mothers, have passed. And she passed 5 o'clock in the morning. And here's the thing, yes, I got that message somewhere after 9. But even if I got that message at 5 o'clock in the morning, it really wasn't going to make that big of a difference. It's sort of, and I don't mean to sound insensitive, but it is what it is. So I got bad news, but at least I got really bad news on a body that was fully rested and slept and recuperated, and it makes all the difference. And I feel that there's that balance that's coming in for you, or that's what you want to focus on. This is quite interesting as well in your current space, the moon, which is that Pisces sort of energy, which is emotions, which is dreams, and then awakening, which is actually the card for judgment energy, which is about Pluto. It's about rebirth. It's about those big changes. It's about what is the message that you are sending out into the universe. And a big, 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 big sort of thing, issue, question that's coming up for you, Aquarius, here is, and this is something that you maybe periodically want to stop and focus on your thoughts, because what you think about is what you bring about. The question that you want to ask is, what message am I sending into the universe right now? And would I like to have the experience of this message that I'm sending into the universe right now? Because this moon energy is speaking, especially with a pink moon. Pink moons are very, very powerful. I'm not going to go into all of those details. You can Google that if you want to. But it's a astrological, lunar sort of, happening that takes place that really emits a very powerful energy, very fast manifestation. These cards are very well put together. It's the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. But a big thing on the table for you at the moment, Aquarius, is what message are you sending out into the universe? And remember, we are continually sending messages out into the universe. And truly the most powerful way in which we send messages into the universe is by our thoughts, is by our emotions. What are you focusing on at the moment? What are you not forgiving? What are you not releasing? What are you working on? What are you not working on? All of that accumulatively sends a message into the universe, and in that way we create the future. The future doesn't exist. We, in the same way that we look, a lot of people sometimes say, why do we look at the recent past? Because the recent past got you to where you currently are. So it's wonderful to know where you are, but you also want to know how you got to where you are. Because if you like it, it's great, and you can do it again. If you don't like it, then you don't have to repeat the same pattern again. And then based on where you are at the moment, accumulatively with the recent past, is how you actually create your future. All right. So remember, with tarot, even a lot of times people are very scared of tarot. But if you don't like the future, you can change it. That's sort of the point of tarot. You don't like where you're going, you can change it. So immediate future heading your way. This is a nice future though, even though it's not without its challenges. It's got the Two of Emotions, which is the Two of Cups. Beautiful energy there coming together. You've got a lot of coming together energy there, with that Five of Voices, with that Muse of Inspiration. And now even with those Two of Emotions, those Two of Cups, you've got the Tower energy there, which is Mars energy, which is about aggression, survival, next level, big spring clean, transformation, really embracing your own power and your own energy. But you kind of need to know who you are not in order to know who you are, or who you don't want to be. And the Nine of Materials, which is the Nine of Pentacles, which is a great sense of freedom coming about here for you. So I definitely see, for those of you, if you're in a space, you may be looking for forgiveness, you're looking to maybe give things a second chance. This could be with a person in a romantic connection, but it can also be in any area of your life. I just want to make that very clear. If there's any sort of, let's say you were once very close with someone, or you had a good thing going with someone, friendship, affinity, whatever, and it's not going that well anymore for whatever reason, because COVID brought a lot of funny things out in our lives as well. There's a kind of a coming back. Yeah, there's a second chance to make up again, to work through these challenges to be set free from that which is actually holding you back. Okay. So there's definitely that sort of conversations coming up, there's that opportunity coming up, and if that resonates with you, place your dominant hand on your heart, take a nice deep breath and claim that for yourself, that you'd like to sort of like resolve what's holding you back. Okay, let's clarify. Okay, so we're going to clarify. Give me just a second, please. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. So just heard the dog at the door and I wasn't sure if you could get inside. So we're going to clarify the recent past, the Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Five of Swords. Let's see what do we have over there. Because I feel that you're very ready to be free from the past. You're very ready to be free from limitations and all those type of things, which is really, really incredible. Okay, so you got the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups and the World. So this is a very, very powerful thing that has come here, that is drawn to a conclusion, that is drawn to an end. And the thing is that, this could be with a person physically. So this, for some of you, this could be the end of a long relationship. It can be the end of a marriage. It can be the end of a long sort of like commitment. And I would normally say that if this is challenging you, then I want to send you all love from my heart. But I can see that it was time for something to actually come to an end. And you realize that. It was time for it to draw to a conclusion. It could even be, for some of you, you're going to have to let me know in the comments. Remember, this is a general reading. It could even be that for some of you, maybe things were just not reaching a certain conclusion. It was just going on and on and on and on and on in circles and circles and circles. And you got to a point where you say, well, what are we going to do? Are we going to commit? Are we going to get married? Are we going to get engaged? Are we going to go our separate paths? It's basically, it's almost like in many ways, the sort of like divine relationship that you have with yourself, your own yin and yang, your divine male and your divine feminine. There was a balance that came about there, because I feel that for many of you, you have sort of like favored the one part over the other part. So, either very divine male, you're there in your strength, you take care of everything. And I feel that for most of you, that was the ruling energy. Or very divine feminine energy, very damsel in distress type of vibe. And this could be for a man or a woman. It's not gender specific, But I feel that situation there, it had to come to an end. That something was very toxic here. This could have been very codependent, that sort of thing. And you just had to draw the line and say, you know what, so it's not going to happen. So some of you may have already done the whole thing of like, switching off the phone or having that talk or anything like that. And so now you're kind of in that space, in your current space with this King of Wands, with this Moon energy, with this Judgment energy. Now you're sort of in the space, okay, so now you've done all of that. So what is next, And you have got the 10 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. Divine intervention, financial breakthroughs, doors opening for you. Claim that for yourself, all right? I can see that some of you are still in the space of emotional release. I feel that for a lot of you, it's almost like you have made peace with things. But there may be others that feel like they haven't made peace with things. So they might be like, listen, Aquarius, I want to talk to you. We need to talk about this. We need to unpack this. We need to resolve this. And I'm going to recommend that for if you, I'm not saying that you should be funny to anybody or anything like that, but what is coming up is that you want to defend your own peace of mind with everything that you've got, all right? And that doesn't mean that we make anybody right or wrong and say, hey, you're low vibe, that sort of thing, but there's a lot of fortune to be unlocked for you. But I can also see that for some of you, there's quite a bit of free, sort of like, free riders, scabangers that will just want to get on board on the gravy train for some of you. And some people have been, and this could be your own fault though, by the way, but for some people, and you could have meant to help, to support, and that sort of thing. And sometimes we mean to help, but what we actually do is we negatively enable people, even though we don't mean to do that. And sometimes we just have to draw that quits. And I feel that you've done that, but there's a lot of people that want to come back and they're like, hey, listen, I still need you. I can't be doing this without you. And here's the simple truth, what I learned a couple of years ago, because I was one of those. I was quite a people's pleaser, and I was, one of my negative patterns was definitely sort of like being the savior, for everybody, saving everyone. And I moved abroad for a couple of months and I came back, and my cousin said to me, you see, nobody died. Or, people had problems and they found a way to resolve it because you were no longer available. And sometimes we just have to say, no, I'm sorry. Yes, I have it, but I'm not going to share it with you because I don't want to, because it's mine, because I know that you're not going to appreciate for the value that it is. Energy heading your way. Clarifying cards for the Two of Cups, the Tower, and the Nine of Pentacles is the Seven of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and look at how beautiful this is. Absolutely amazing. The Devil energy, Capricorn energy. It's about status, reputation, expressing yourself. All right. People really don't get the Devil energy quite often, but I'm going to speak about that now. So, for some of you, there is a little bit of a period of going at things on your own, because you may have the experience of some people saying, you know what, fuck you. You are no longer willing to be my crutch. So, but they're not going to say it like that, but it's in the, like, if you read in between the lines. But you are ready for so much more. And when we're ready for more, there's a space of you literally moving from the dark into the light, and you don't even have to try that hard. There's a lot of divine intervention happening for you, and it's because you are open to that. It doesn't just happen. A lot of times people speak about source being there for you, the universe being there for you, breakthroughs being there for you. Yes, but it's your energy alignment that makes it possible. Okay, so let's see what the universe has got for you and things that you want to look out for. And if that resonates with you, if you found it helpful, I'd really appreciate you liking the video, giving it a thumbs up, beautiful Aquarius. For those of you that are subscribed, thank you for being subscribed to my channel. For those of you that are not subscribed, I'd really appreciate you considering subscribing. First card fell out there, 2 and 3. Let's see what we have. Actually, this came out first. So the 7 of Cups in reverse, the 10 of Wands, and the 3 of Wands. Just because you are growing, Aquarius, just because you are expanding, just because you're on a positive journey, doesn't really mean that you're leaving anybody behind, because everybody isn't always ready to take the journey with you. And you can't exactly expect them to speed themselves up, and they can't expect you to slow yourself down. So unfortunately, there are people that you're gonna wanna help, and that's something that you want to look out for, because they can keep you stuck. You really want to help them, but they're part of what you need to release emotionally, because they're just not ready. All right. Focus on your own growth. The more you focus on your own growth, the more people you're actually able to help. If you really want to help, if you really want to make the world a better place, and that sort of thing. Okay, even for yourself. And the next generation. So that's what I got for you, Aquarius. I hope that helps. For any of you that are interested in deeper guidance, you can always book a personal reading. The details how to do it is down below in the description. There's a link for my step-by-step tarot reading course. There's a link for my free oracle card reading course. There's a bit of a description. If you are open to online regression hypnosis, what some people call past life regression, it's a link that you can click. And also, I hope you really, really benefited from the guided hypnosis that is coming up on the screen for you right now. Till next time, bye, Aquarius.